Hello, I'm Andra. Today I'm going to be talking about shame and rejection. Something that I know a lot of people experience. So I'm just going to be sharing my journey. I'm actually sharing this journey because I entered a group chat. I've been following this medium on Twitter, Akashi, on Twitter for a while, interacting with some of her content, and I finally decided to do a reading with her, and it was amazing. It was so amazing. I felt seen. I felt like there were a lot of things that I knew, but like I needed to hear from somebody else. Like some things I didn't know, but I needed to hear from somebody else and to really like be like, okay, but what are you doing about it? So I joined her shadow rejection, shadow work group chat, and am doing the activities and the book, and this is part of that. So it's actually so interesting because I've just started not me like trying to be perfect right now. I'm performing. I'm actually performing. Okay, damn. Anyway, like you could even tell by the way I have actually been doing, this is me posting again on YouTube, but I've actually been doing YouTube. I did it when I was a lot younger. I had a podcast also when I turned 19 and had that for a couple of years, and it was really good. I loved it. I love talking. I love being on camera. I love being in the public. Maybe it's so interesting because I have all this shame about being seen and being perfect and vulnerability, it's very interesting to navigate for me. But then again, so I do all this stuff, but I think what I'm seeing and what I can reflect on is that with the things I was doing, it was because I had incentive from other people or support from other people. Like the podcast I did with somebody else, the YouTube I was like very in and out with, and I feel like at first I was like consistency, I'm lazy, procrastination, and throughout the last couple of years I've still seen that with cycles, and I'm realizing now that is because it has a lot to do with everything, but that is because of shame and being so scared. So I went through the questionnaire that Akasha has in the activities when you do the shadow work, and I got 150, which was super interesting because it was like, yeah, you're emerging in your self-awareness, like you still need to do some work in shadow work, which like, yes, I am, but I still, one of the highest ones was avoidance and disconnection from yourself. And everything in that section, I was like, wait, that applies to me. But then at the same time, I am so aware. And one of the reasons is because of that. I have been seeing psychologists, therapists, psychiatrists since I was 3. So I know my patterns. I've done CBT, I've done DBT, I've done psychotherapy, and I'm now doing EMDR, which I think has been the best one because, you're going through your trauma and you're reprocessing those memories. And like, I'm so grateful that I had the privilege to have all these options for therapy. But they really, first off, it caused a lot of shame in myself because I was like, something's wrong with me. And at the age of like 3, when I started therapy, my mum noticed something, and she's like told me when I was young, which probably, anyway, caused a little bit of shame. But yeah, when you're seeing people, and I was very angry as a child because I had so much sadness because of trauma and everything like that. And the only way I think I knew how to express it, the only way I did know how to express it, and for people to pay attention to my feelings or see that something was up with me, was through, I guess, anger. And I also have like ADHD and autism, so that's also very common in those traits, not in those traits, when you have those diagnoses, doesn't matter. And I was very angry. I was told that I needed to change, that something was wrong with me. Had all these different people trying to fix me all the time. Very rejected through that process. And I grew up in a white town with a white mother. So there was also the aspect of being Black, and I also dealt with my feelings and emotions through binge eating, overeating, and that all caused shame with that, and shame with my weight and my body. So I feel like shame has been embedded in me for so long that like until the last maybe like couple of months, or like last couple of years, but intensely the last couple of months, I've been focusing on like trying to be authentic. And I didn't really know it was shame until I had that reading with Akasha, and am now doing this actual work, that I haven't been able to fully step into that authenticity because, wait, is this recording? It is, okay. I haven't fully been able to step into this authenticity. By the way, I said that because I set up the camera, and the way I was like trying to look good, the way I was trying to set in the right position and clean my room before and have it looking nice, and then when I set up the camera, I just couldn't stop looking at myself and trying to be perfect. And so I've blocked my camera so I can't see myself, and I can only like look at actually directly. So shame. So what was I saying? Yes, this shame is embedded in me. And so through wanting to be authentic, I was like, why? Like I'm trying. And it's like, well, you're trying, but you don't fully, like you're aware, and you're aware that there's shame there, but are you aware how deep it goes? And are you willing to like sit with that? And the answer is I wasn't. So yeah, it's been the last, as I said, couple weeks have really shone a light on this, and that I'm not going to be able to go anywhere that I want to go. I'm not going to be able to do everything I want to do because of this shame. So yeah, the shame, I feel like, is so deep within, that it is going to take a long time to peel the layers off, to work through it. But I have been so committed, obviously, seeing therapists and trying to figure myself out and understand my behaviors. And I've been doing this forever. That's why I said I'm so self-aware, like to the point where it's actually like, it's such like an issue that I don't even like just exist as I am, because I'm so self-aware of my behaviors. I'm not nitpicking, but I'm like pulling apart everything I do. I step away from things and I'm like, oh no, and it's so good to be self-aware. But when you become self-aware and then you're using that awareness to shame yourself, or to try and be perfect, or to be like, oh, we need to fix that, like that's yeah. So I think I've had little things pop up in the past about this, but I recently had a friend, acquaintance, like I met him, I spent a day with him once, but he recently passed in quite a tragic way, but in the past week actually, yeah. But I was driving home from his funeral actually, and I was like crying. Probably shouldn't cry and drive, but I was crying, and I was like having thoughts of like, like I wish like I would give my life for him. And I've had thoughts like this before about other like people, or like, people who are who've passed away, or like struggling, or that. And I was like, I would give my life, like I would give my life for them, which sounds lovely and everything like that. But I realized the reason I was saying that, and what I was saying in my head while I was driving, was like, he deserves to be here. Like he deserves to be here. I know that he would take full, like, yeah, he deserves to be here. Basically, I don't deserve to be here. and that, yeah, that I'm so privileged, and I have so many things. I live on a farm. I have everything at my fingertips. I'm a painter. I podcast. I have cameras. I have mics. I have all the art stuff. I have literally everything my heart could desire, and everything at my fingertips to do and achieve everything that I want, that my soul calls for. And I haven't been. I've been stuck, like, for forever, but stuck, not stuck, just I've been the obstacle for myself. I've been stagnant. And I've been so stressed because I know that I've been stagnant. I'm like, how do I get out of this? But yeah, so I feel like because I have all these privileges and opportunities and security, and just I'm so blessed that like somebody else would do so much better with it and deserves it so much more than me, and they would use my life better. And oops, sorry, that's my speaker. Pulling that apart, I realized that I have so much shame for existing, which the thing is, I'm aware of that, but even sitting with that now makes me feel uncomfortable, and I feel like I'm getting a knot in my throat. And if I think about that for too long, I will cry, because that's so sad. I'm gonna cry now. Just let it out. See, I even have shame for like expressing my emotions, but that makes me feel so sad. Like, I don't want to feel that way. And I know that's like my younger child self hurting so much and feeling so much shame for the anger and the rejection of not wanting or being abandoned by my parents emotionally and physically. Like, I just feel like I hold so much shame for being alive, and shame for maybe the past, or like, yeah, that I don't deserve this, and that really hurts. And I feel like that's how I know that shame is so deeply embedded in me, and that's why it feeds into like every part of my life at like such magnitudes, because it's not just like I have shame for I have shame around talking freely with people. I have shame around expressing my emotions. I have shame around being perceived and like not wanting to be like, I have close friends that I love and that they know me, and like, well, they think that I want to open up, and I like, but I have so many layers that I don't let people see, because I'm scared that when they see that or experience that it's going to be just like my childhood, that I should fix those things, or I'll be seen and I'll be rejected. And so I make people work for it. Like, that's not what I'm intentionally trying to do. Like, I observe and I'm trying to see if they're a safe place to open up to, or if I can, but that's making people work, and it's me testing them. And it's manipulation, really. I feel like it's not okay. But I think I have so much fear there that I won't allow people to come in, because I am ashamed of my existence, my being, who I am, maybe deep down, that, or maybe this fear of who I am because I don't know who I am, or this fear of, I don't know who I am, so what if I sit with my emotions so long and then these parts come out and I'm terrified, or I'm ashamed of them even more. And yeah. There is so much of me, my core, the deepest part of me yearns, like oh, like I can physically feel it, to be seen and to be accepted and to be understood. Like that is my deepest desire. That's why I've done events and I've my art and the things I want to do, the films I want, all these things that I want to do and create are centered around connection and bringing people together. And I know that's because I want to be seen and understood and connect with people. But I won't let it happen. I have this huge barrier up. I reject people before they can reject me. What's even crazy is that, yes, I reject people before they reject me, but I reject myself. Like, I'm so ashamed, like, with myself that, for example, with art, like, I love sharing my art. So that's not the problem. I'm not scared of rejection with the point of sharing my art or my stuff, because I know I'm talented. I know I have so much potential. I know that when I do stuff, it's phenomenal. But it's very rarely, it's sporadically. And I realized that I've written stuff down, so I'm trying to like piece things together, but I feel like my procrastination and shame, or what's holding me back from doing everything that I love in art, is that because I feel like I'm already so far into the negatives. Because obviously I don't see worth in myself, back to the start, like, you know what I mean? I already see that I'm so far in the negatives that if I do anything and it doesn't turn out right, even if I'm not showing anybody, that's going to put me further into the negatives. And then I'm going to have even more to make up for, to be on baseline, not even the positive baseline. So, and to even hear that and write that out when I did sounds so fucked up. Because like, when is anybody in the neck? Like, that doesn't, the fact that like I'm using that whole concept to live my life in the way I like, yeah, move through life is exhausting and so sad. And yeah. Yeah. I feel shame for being dramatic, because I'm such a dramatic, over the top person. I'm sensitive, and like dramatic in a positive way. I'm sensitive. I'm a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a lot. I'm emotional. And I feel so much shame for that. Like, there are points where I don't, and I embrace it and I love it. And this is where, like I was saying, where I could flow into one, like, you know, just not connecting to myself and avoiding, but then I can be in the other, and I have so many, like, I have weeks or like moments where I'm like comfortable within myself and I can express myself freely, and I don't feel shame for some things, but then it will come back. And I know that's part of the process of unlearning these behaviors and breaking free of that. But I feel like I've been doing that cycle for so long. And I think I've been doing that cycle because I haven't actually been actively doing the work. Like, I've been doing little bits of the work, but I haven't been like sitting down. I haven't been journaling. I haven't been putting things into practice. Like, I've been aware and I've been like, yeah. See, and I'm even feeling shame that I've been doing that. And that I've been avoiding that, and that I've been procrastinating that. And then I'm like, oh, I feel shame because I haven't done it all to the best of my ability. And what has been the point of all these years being so aware if I haven't been doing it, you know? And it's like, it's just so exhausting. I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired. I'm like so tired of feeling this way, and I'm so tired of feeling the heaviness of the shame and rejection. And I make myself so small when I'm not meant to be small. I've never been small, even though I've been trying to, even though I've been trying to be small and trying to fit in and trying to, accommodate for people to make them like me. I still haven't been small. Like, even through that, I can tell, like, I'm not a small, like, I'm meant to be expansive. I'm meant to be larger and louder than life. That's always who I've been. That feels so good to say. I don't think I've ever said that. But, like, I know that. Like, I remember being young and being like, I know that I'm just meant for big things. And, like, I even feel shameful a little bit for saying that. But I've always known deep within me I've been meant for big things. Whether that be, like, on a huge public eye level, or whether that just be impactful within my community and making a difference. Like, no, it was meant to be big. Let's be real. It was... I was meant to be seen. I am meant to be seen. I'm meant to be... share my experiences. And God, yeah, I was going through the questions and it was like, how do you accept compliments? And, like, I get compliments a lot, like, and, like, I'm like, yeah, and then inside I'm like, like, you're right, but are you just being, like, nice? Like, are you just feeling... Yeah, I just feel like I accept part of the compliments, and, like, half of me knows they're true. Like, I know I'm pretty. I know I have beautiful energy to be around. I really do. But then this small, probably my child self is like, So I feel like I'm always battling those. It feels, and it's like when you go through obviously traumatic things, you split into parts. So you have your, like, I think I have my, like, child self that's wounded, obviously, there, and my, like, teenage self that's wounded, and they pop out at different times. And whether that be because they're triggered, or they're mainly triggered, or, like, they feel the need to come out, which it sounds like more like multiple personality, but it's not that. Why was I saying that? Yeah, so it's like I can accept compliments a lot of the time, and I know they're true, but then that other core part of me, my teenage self, is so hurt that they can't accept that. And it's just, as I said, this cycle. It's this cycle, and all of this keeps me from my deepest desire of connection, of being seen. And therefore, I journaled about this. I literally journaled about this a couple of days ago. Like, the shame makes me feel like I'm always monitoring myself and trying to act accordingly and to be accepted, to be what people want for me. So that's why I'm not living authentically. But then the stuff that I want to do, the art that I want to create, everything that I want to do won't happen if I'm not authentic, and if I'm still holding on to that shame. Like, people can see that. People can, and then there's that barrier there that, like, stops people from wanting to fully connect, and they feel on the outer because you're not, even though they don't know who you, like, what's authentically underneath there, they know that you're not showing it. And I can feel that they know that I'm not showing it. There's so much fear there. There is so much fear. And it's so lonely. It is so lonely holding so much shame and fear in my body and in my mind and in my space. Yeah. These pauses that I do, I was feeling shame about them, but I just do them because I'm trying to get my words and thoughts in alignment. I feel like the shame that I have for myself, it's like I said, those parts, it's like I'm shaming myself from the inside. So it's like another being is shaming me before even outwardly I can be shamed or rejected. So it's like there's two people within me, and this one is like shaming the other one, and the other one's trying to fight back, but it's being shamed, and then that outwardly comes out. So then it's like, well, it's already happened, so don't even try. And there comes the procrastination, and there comes the avoidance. Yeah. So like there's the outer layer of like shame with social interactions, shame with being perceived, shame with everything. But like the deeper part of it is, yeah, that interaction before I even enter the exterior world. The core of it all is that like I'm aware of this stuff. I always have been. I've been living in the past, and I'm slowly getting out of that, but the core of it is that I'm comfortable in it. I'm so comfortable being embedded with shame and fear. I'm so comfortable. It's natural to me. It's what's kept me safe. It's what I've always known. So like, why would I want to leave that? Like, I do, don't get me wrong, I do want to leave it so bad. I'm so here to get rid of it. I'm so here to overcome it, to unleash myself. So cheesy, but to unleash myself. But yeah, I'm so comfortable, and I love comfortability. Being a Taurus Sun, a Taurus Venus, a Taurus Mercury, I love comfortability. I love that security of knowing, even though the knowing is painful. Yeah, so because I'm comfortable in it, I make excuses not to do the things that are going to bring me out of it. I make excuses this took me so long to do this video. Like, I have had stuff going on, but I make excuses because the more excuses I make, the things I distract myself in allow me to stay in this bubble that I've always known, the bubble that I've always experienced. And it's a disservice. And it makes me feel really sad that I've been doing that. And I've been treating myself this way. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have a community that is also experiencing such similar things, are also in so many similar situations and patterns that I am also going through. I'm so excited to have support. I'm just so excited to break free and like finally be me. Oh, rhyming. But like, I'm so yeah, I want to feel light again. I want to be playful. I want to actually know who I am and experience who I am and create. I just want to be able to create. I want to paint. Like I don't even, this, like, I want, like, it's like everything is screaming at me, and it's like, my being is screaming at me, and I want to create. I know I'm meant to. I know that I'm meant to put things out into the world. I know I'm meant to do all these things in my energy, in my fingertips. I'm buzzing with it. I'm not me avoiding. I'm buzzing with it. It's so much harder I know that it's going to be, I'm going to reflect and I'm going to be, it was so much harder to be in this position now. It's so much more painful because I know the other side will be so much easier. Like, there will be difficulties, but it will feel so much lighter on my body. I really hope I can do it. I really hope that I won't stay where I am. That is my fuck shame and fuck rejection. That is my biggest fear. That is my biggest fear, that I'm gonna stay where I am. And I'm never gonna fulfill who I am, and I'm never gonna be what I am, and I'm never gonna create and express who I am. I'm so scared. I'm so scared that I'm gonna stay here, and I'm just gonna have so many regrets, and I'm just gonna do the day to day, and I'm just so scared. Fuck. Fuck. Oh. God damn. So real though, so real. Nah, because I'm not gonna stay here. I'm actually not. There's actually no fucking way I'm gonna stay here. Nowhere I'm sleeping on myself. And no way I'm sleeping on myself for this much longer. I have got things to do, places to go, things to experience, people to see, things to create. Like, I no longer. Fuck that. Thanks for listening though. I really appreciate it. And yeah, this has been the best. Oh, Akasha, I forgot. Akasha, I'm pretty sure it's Akasha. Thank you so much. Thank you, because this is exactly what I needed. Yeah, thank you for taking your time and your energy and creating this space. Like, yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate people that have listened to this, and I appreciate that